Hey guys, see my face here? I've got marks all over it. That's from the mask I was wearing. A little particle mask. I'm doing the rest of this shop. My wife tells me that's because I'm getting old and my face has lost its elasticity. Which, you know, I don't like to hear that, but let me turn this down. But that's the way it is. So, anyway, I'm in a giant paper bag now. I would say I have it finished, but I would be lying. I've got it finished, all except that spot. Oh, and this spot. I ran out. These come in these big bags that has like 9 pieces in it each. And it's like 75 bucks a bag for 9 pieces. And so I went and bought another bag today, thinking that would cover it. Yeah, I'm just that shy. And back here I'll probably do a little bit. But that spring up there, I was going to have them pull it down some because, like I said in one of my previous videos, that's going to get in the way of my sheetrock. But now I'm thinking I like those tracks up that high. So I think I'm going to box that in. I'm just going to build a 2x6 around it, come out a little bit, come across the front side. That way I can run, and it'll just be like maybe 6 inches wide for that spring or something. And then I'll box it in, then I'll be able to sheetrock up to that. And I'm not that worried about that. I think it'll look fine. I mean, again, this is a working garage, not a show place. So, but anyway, it's nice. I've got it all finished up finally for the most part. My heater kicked off again. It's like, you know, it may be a little warmer today. I think it's probably like 30 something outside. Let's go see. Hang with me for a second. Oh. Alright, I got my thermometer thingy here. My heat gun. Temperature gun. It looks like it's 33 degrees outside. So, it's cold, but it's not like the other day when it's 20. It's supposed to get down to like 16 tonight, I think, or maybe even colder. But I've got this set on like 55. If I put it any higher than that, I sweat like crazy. So 55 to 60 is about the perfect working environment for me. So let's go back here to the back of the shop and see what we're looking at. Yeah, it looks like 55 degrees, 56 degrees back here in this corner. And that's the heater over there. So it's doing a pretty good job. I'm pretty happy with it. And again, it's kicked off. So, you know, it's 20 degrees warmer in here than it is outside. And that's not even running. So pretty happy with it. I bought a couple new toys. I thought I'd share them with you. Nothing big. You guys have probably seen these, but this little guy right here, I was wanting to buy a Crud Thug. Snap-on makes them, but they're like between $300 and $500, I think. But these are the wheels that they put on the end of them. And I saw a guy on YouTube using it. He said it's an amazing, invaluable tool. He uses the crap out of it to rip caulking and seam sealer and undercoating and pretty much anything. So I came over here earlier with it and ripped a little bit of that down, and it did alright. And then I went over that with 80, but I was hoping it'd take all the rust and stuff out of there, but it doesn't really. So I'll probably have to figure something else out for that, but it does do a really good job on getting the big stuff off. And I ran it for quite a while, and it still looks like brand new. Now it costs about $17 at Home Depot, and I just put it in an air drill. You're not supposed to spin it over 4,000 RPMs, I think. So, but anyway, yeah, I think it's gonna do a good job and probably last quite a long time. So I'll probably use it along with my other, wire wheels and stuff like that to detail this thing out and get it all cleaned up. I'm a Craigslist fanatic. Picked this up the other day. It's a Mac Tool DA. I've already got 2 Snap-on DAs, but when you get what I paid like 30 bucks for that or something, and it's brand new, it's never been used, it's hard to pass that up. Picked this up for, I can't remember what, like 20 bucks maybe. It's brand new, never used. It's a Makita, which I've already got 2 or 3 of those too. So also, these little guys here, you can't put wax and grease remover in just anything because it will screw it up. Like I tried to put it in one of these little spray bottles like this that you put Windex in, and it for whatever reason it just swells them up and then they stop working. So I put them in these little cheap, that's like a Harbor Freight paint gun, the old suction style, or I don't know exactly what they're, siphon feed. Anyway, I've got 2, one for wax and grease solvent and then one for waterborne. But I picked that up again on Craigslist. The guy sold a whole box of these. That's a DeVelbis. And I've got, I don't remember how many more of these things I ended up with. That's a Binks. Probably worked pretty good for, yeah, there's a bunch of them in there. I mean, the guy sold me the whole box for like nothing. I mean, cheap, just kind of pretty much gave it away. Came with all of these, which I'll probably never use them, but what does that say? Industrial pneumatic speed sander. 2 of those, they both work. That's an Allied gun, so picked that up. Came with a couple of these too, and this was made by Hutchins, but it either needs to be rebuilt or something because it doesn't work. So no biggie, because like I said, I got it for a song. So here's another one that came with it, but it doesn't work either. But whatever it was made in Germany. So, but yeah, I don't use those except for this stuff here. I've got this is a heck of a deal. This is a Nest Iwata LPH 400. I picked it up off of Craigslist for, I think, $200, and it's, man, it's like brand new. And then this one, got another Nest Iwata LPH 400. It's not quite as good a shape, and somebody put their initials on it right there, but I've been using it, and I just had it rebuilt, and I think they charged me 75 bucks, maybe 100 bucks to rebuild it, put all new seals in it, all new everything, springs, everything. So now it shoots like brand new, and I paid 125 bucks from that, or for that, at a pawn shop. Got lucky on that one. And then this one here I bought for, and this is an Iwata also, but it's called the Air Gunsa, and what is it, an AZ3 HTE2, but anyway, it's made in Italy. And they talked me into that one at a paint shop, and it's a 2.0 tip, so you can shoot high build primer through it. You can shoot, it's almost probably too big for high build primer, but the polyester primers, you can shoot through it, which I haven't done yet, and it's for the most part brand new. I've shot a little bit of regular primer through it, but yeah, those are my 3 paint guns. I'll probably get a different tip for one of these because I've got two of the silver tips. They make different tips. Silver, you can run base coat and clear coat. They have an orange tip that you can put on them that you're supposed to, that you do your base coats with, and then they have like a purple tip for high metallics, but I don't know if I'll ever get that, and I don't know that it really makes that big of a difference. Somebody else can chime in and tell me if it does or not, but yeah, those are my guns. Like I said, I'm pretty lucky. I got most of them just for a song. I mean, these are $400 gun, $500 guns. So I'm pretty lucky there. Here are more of my tools and stuff. I use snap-on hammers. When I was working at the body shop, my guy that worked there owned the place. He said, buy the best, buy snap-on. They're balanced real well. I don't know if that's true or not. I just went with what he said because he was a lot smarter than I was at the time at it. So this one I think is made by Dagger, and I picked them up from Dagger's website. But I bought those before I started working at that body shop. And then he said start buying snap-on everything. So I've got all kinds of snap-on body hammers, all kinds of I got dollies. Now these are the Dagger dollies, but they're still good dollies. Picked this up off of eBay the other day. I think I paid 12 bucks for it or something. Pretty good. But anyway, that's some of my hammers. This right here is a Martin hammer. I think I bought it off eBay. But it's kind of, I think it's a door, fender door type deal. I can't remember exactly. Anyway, so there's a few of my dollies. And again, like I said, I use railroad tracks. They're hardened steel, and they're pretty awesome for beating on, and you can't tear those up. I've got a little smaller one somewhere, but that I use quite a bit, as a dolly as well. But and these things, I saw, who was it? I want to say Tom Noble was giving these away for like a little raffle, I think. And let me just say, those things are awesome. I mean, they are awesome. I put them on my lift here, and when I'm working on a car, it's up on the lift. I mean, literally, they're so handy. And I've got all my standard sizes here. I think those are 1/2 inch drive and 3/8 inch drive, and then quarter drive. Same over here. I'm missing a few of the bigger metric ones, but those are 1/2 inch, then 3/4 or 3/8, and then 1/4 inch. So, but yeah, those things are awesome. You just pop them out, put it on, work on whatever you want to do, and then just stick it back on there. They're magnetized. So if you guys get a chance to get some of those, it's awesome. They will, if you get enough weight on them, they'll slide down the, if you do the same thing I did, they'll slide. So what I did is put that little magnet down there. It's a really strong magnet. You can pick those up at just about any hardware store, and it holds them all up. So anyway, I'm rambling again, but this thought I'd give you a little update. I'm pretty much there. I really don't want to have to go buy another $75 worth of insulation, but this is pretty much all the scrap I've got left, and it's in pretty bad shape. I don't want to just stuff that up there. It'd look horrible. Not that you're ever going to see it, because I'm going to have sheetrock on it, or drywall, or whatever you want, wherever you call it, wherever you live. But anyway, yeah, I thought I'd just give you a little update. So hopefully, the only problem is I now have a giant paper bag. This is literally one big ass paper bag. And here, let me see. I'll take you over here and show you what it says. This is a good warning for a firefighter too. This facing will burn. Do not leave exposed. It must be covered with gypsum board or other code approved materials and installed in compliance with all building codes. To prevent fire, keep all open flames and other sources of heat away from the facing. Well, pretty much at the stage I am on this Camaro, all I do is fling sparks, weld, and grind. That's it. And so, yeah, flinging sparks all over the place in a big paper bag is not a real good idea. So, hopefully within the next, I'm hoping week or two, I'm gonna have somebody come in and just sheetrock this sucker. Like I said, I've been told they can do it in a day or so. So, that'd be awesome if they could come in and knock it out that fast, then I can get back on this car. But again, Craigslist, those little guys right there, pretty cool. I got 2 of them. I don't remember what I paid, 20, 25, 30 bucks a piece for them. And they're pretty good size. And you know, you can keep paint, keep whatever you want to keep in them. This sucker here, I've showed this a couple times, but I've never talked about it. This big thing, I've kept all my paint supplies and stuff like that, but it's super heavy duty, and I don't remember. It was all beat up. I hammered and dollied the front of it, got it all back straight where it opened up good and everything. But I keep my body fillers and all kinds of stuff in here. You can see there I've got reducers, and there's some matrix primer. There's some matrix epoxy primer. Here's some Nason stuff I used at one point to paint a guy's Harley. I painted it black. It turned out really nice. What else have I got here? Matrix Universal Clear Coat. This is brand new. I've got a spot on my truck that rusted through, so I put a patch in and welded new metal in, and I'm going to basically repaint that area and then clear coat the whole bedside. So yeah, those are some of the products I got in there. Plastic Honey, never used it. Seen some guys on YouTube use it. Said it makes your putty or your filler go farther, spread smoother. So I picked up a can of it. Feather Fill. I used a little bit of that. I have never really used a lot of it. I've heard some guys like it, but then I also heard that there's some new stuff out now that's supposed to be a lot better. I don't know if Bondo goes bad. That's 3M lightweight filler back there. It's a whole can. It's brand new, but it's been in there for 2 years probably. So anyway, sorry about that. Also, I picked this deal up too, and it's a I forgot what I paid for it. It was pretty cheap too. Everything I buy is pretty cheap or I don't buy it, but it's a double, like you can put gasoline and stuff like that in. It's a double walled. Pretty awesome. I forgot about this toy. That is a Mud Hog. It's an Ingersoll Rand, brand new. I bought it probably a month or so ago, but it's never been used. So yeah, when I get in the bodywork phase, I'll be using the crap out of it probably. This guy here is a Viking inline sander, and I put a new shoe on it. Rebuilt there's some little shims and stuff in it. I put new shims in it, and it works real good. Again, I haven't used it yet either, so I just kind of threw those up in there. I'm glad I looked in there because I probably would have forgotten. Thought, where in the hell did I do with those? I've been looking all over the damn shop for them, but not now. So there you go. A few of the tools. I've got the same kind of tools everyone else has. They're pretty boring, just Craftsman sockets and stuff like that. I've got a few specialty tools and stuff. This little guy takes staples and stuff out, like what I've done there. I stapled all that stuff up, but that's also good for I redid put a convertible top on a car, and you pull staples out of it. Magnifying glass. Probably one of the most important tools I have in this toolbox is this little guy right here. Tweezers that are built in with magnifying glass, because I get shrapnel in my hands and arms and crap all the time. Splinters, you name it. But tool to take little pop ends out. I've got this. This is just cheap calipers. I use those quite a bit. They come in real handy. I bought some really nice ones these Michitoyos. They're digital. I like them a lot. I bought those a long time ago because probably couldn't afford these here. But I picked these up off Craigslist, and they look like brand new. And yeah, they're awesome. But good deals, good deals. Heat gun. Worked on a vet, and I had to put a inner fender well in. Well, they're fiberglass, and you have to have this stuff, and this is the actual structural adhesive. So I had to go buy the 3M gun and the whole deal, which, you know, I'll probably use that on other stuff. So I figured that wasn't a big deal. But yeah, nut drivers. Of course, you gotta have magic markers and couplings and stuff like that. Razor blades, lots of razor blades. Nothing there. Vacuum gauge, just a little BS. Air tools, nothing fancy. This Ingersoll Rand, it's a pretty badass gun. And again, I picked it up off Craigslist for a song. Same with this little guy. Those suckers are awesome, they rock. Lots of assorted files, that'll work. And then all my cutoff wheels. This little Mac cutoff wheel, I got this big giant sucker on it, so you can, you know, get a long way from the work if you need to. Crimper and also hole punch. That's made by, it says Silver Eagle, I forgot who it's made by, but it's pretty good. Little snap-on grinder. This little guy right here I love. This is a Blue Point cutoff wheel, and it's reversible. So throw sparks whichever way you want it, and usually if I'm going to be grinding on something, it's shooting right at my face, so that thing there is awesome. To be able to direct the sparks away from you. Another little Mac 90 degree grinder. This little tiny baby 1/4 inch. It's pretty cute. I think it's a Mac, if I'm not mistaken. It's Blue Point. Okay. Air saw. I use the crap out of that. The Ingersoll Rand works pretty good. This little guy here is pretty cool. I've got a stud welder, and you basically just stick the little, once you put the stud on the side of the car, you just stick it in there, and that'll pull leverage, and basically you can just pull the dent with this. I think Steck makes that. They're a little proud of it, but it works pretty good, and I use it some. 80 grit paper, all kinds of paper, DA paper. This stuff here, I saw somebody talking about this the other day. This stuff is awesome, but just let me tell you, it's expensive as hell. I forgot what I paid for it, but it's just ridiculous. And if you have any of it, be careful, because I wasn't, and I knocked it off my table, and it went all over the floor, and I like to cry because it's so damn expensive. But yeah. Big miscellaneous junk. And pliers. My stuff's pretty unorganized. Silicone stuff. All the screwdrivers are mostly Craftsman. Miscellaneous wrenches, mostly Craftsman. Gear wrenches, I use crap out of these. I probably use these more than any other thing I have. These little gear wrenches are awesome. So as far as wrenches go, those are the ones I go to pretty much every time. But that's pretty much it. I got a lot of stuff under here, grinders and miscellaneous stuff. I've got, you know, all those clamps and tons of vice grips, framing nailer that I've been using today. I was going to show you something else that I don't remember what I did with it now. Anyway, it's a little contour gauge, and you can make, I think it's over here maybe. Yep, there it is. This little guy right here is pretty cool. You know, it just takes the shape of whatever you're working on, and so you can make, you know, say you're, and a lot of you guys have already seen these, but you can pick these up at like Home Depot, I think. But like if you're trying to get this shape, you know, you just put that down on there, press down on it, and then you've got that shape. Then you can go around to the other side, the other door, to make sure that that shape is like that. Or you can run it down, find out if you're, you know, dent or whatever. So it's pretty cool, and they're not that expensive, so it's kind of a cool toy. I got another one in here too. Same deal, but I don't like it quite as much, but it does the same thing. Anyway, a couple little toys. Yeah, anyway, I went off on a tangent. There's one of my DAs. The other one's around here somewhere. There it is. I put Velcro paper on one, and then I've got stick-on paper on the other. So, like I said, I find this stuff on Craigslist and pick it up, and you know, so like all those cutoff wheels, I've got so many of them, and you know, you can put, so you don't have to sit and switch them out all the time. You know, you can have one with that on it, and then you can have one with cutoff wheel, and then you can have one with something else, and it just makes it nice to be able to grab them and not have to sit and take that thing off and swap the heads out and all that kind of stuff. Nothing special up there, but a lot of junk. Picked me up the little Makita cordless. I like those. The batteries don't last as long as I'd hoped, but you know, it comes with a charger so you can recharge them and stuff like that. So made this little guy here. It's pretty nice. Got wheels on it, so you know, it's got the fluorescent light on it, which also you can pull this pin out and spin it to where it's horizontal instead of vertical. And then you can throw tools down to the bottom of it and just drag it around with you if you want. So that was something that I made quite a long time ago, but I knew I was going to end up using it quite a bit. Porta Power's in there. This is one of the big pullers. This is the it's a Mac Tool 4-ton Porta Power. I've used it quite a bit. This little guy here is cat shears. Man, they make quick work going through 18 gauge steel. You can take a regular piece of plate, sheet metal or whatever, and just run right through it. And they work real good. But my favorite probably so far is that little air saw for cutting, because that it coils up the metal. Like you'll have the scrap coming off of it and it coils it up real bad, and so you have to be careful, little, you know, and it also kind of bends the metal up a little bit. But the air saw, man, you can run it and it just cuts just crisp. It doesn't throw sparks, and the blades are like super cheap. I mean, you get a ton of these little blades for it for nothing. I mean, they're cheap. So anyway, I used to crap out of that little air saw. Anyway, I don't know why I went on that big tangent. I guess I watched some other people talking about their tools and stuff, so thought I'd give you a little overview of mine. There's a cherry picker. I've used that a couple of times. There's a 4-speed Muncie transmission. I think it's an M21 if I remember right. And then that's my 396 big block that I pulled out of my Camaro. And it runs. I mean, it hadn't run in a long time because I pulled it out, but here probably maybe a year ago or so. But yeah, it's about 400 horse. It does pretty good. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not like some of the guys have now, and it hadn't been cleaned or nothing in forever. But it's got a little Brog manifold on it, old Mickey Thompson valve covers, which, you know, I mean, those are pretty dated, but yeah, she was a lot of fun. That's the motor that was in it when I was doing that burnout on that video I've got on YouTube. I think I've already showed you the little Eagle I got. That little guy right there is awesome. I picked it off Craigslist too, so like I said, I'm pretty much a Craigslist whore, but yeah, that thing works awesome. So Bad Boy Sandblaster, picked that up. The guy bought it for a project, never used it, and ended up selling it to me for 350 bucks. And it's not a giant one, but it's plenty big for what I do with it. Man, it's cool. It's got the full, light setup deal on it, and you can load it from both sides. It's got two different guns. It's got a gun up here, and then it's got this gun down here. You can run one of them off a foot feed here, and just put it on the ground and run it. Pretty cool. And then acetylene torch. Probably seen my other videos. I use that some. Little Miko torch is really cool. Mr. Heavy Chevy was welding with one of them, and I've welded with this one, and it works pretty good. Just a little tiny torch. Of course, there's the big torch over there for cutting and stuff. But anyway, there's a little kind of a rundown of some of my stuff I'll be playing with here before too long. And anyway, you guys have a good one. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot to update you on, other than I'm pretty much done with the big paper bag. Now if I just can keep it from catching on fire and burning my whole shop down, I'll be ahead. So anyway, you guys have a good one. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.